I love it. I hope that you love it also. And take a look and we'll see what you think. All right, so today we're at our Gidabon rehab property, right? This is a property that we bought to rehab, and initially we were planning on using this as a short-term rental. So it needed a ton of work. We've now completed that work, and I'm so excited to show you the inside of all the updates that we've done, from plumbing all the way to new floors, new bathrooms. It looks amazing, and I'm sure you're gonna love it. So on this particular property, like I said before, this was supposed to be a short-term rental. We've kind of shifted gears. Why do we shift gears? Well, we're always, as investors, looking at the numbers, right? So where initially I was thinking I would get anywhere from $125 to $140 a night with a certain amount of bookings, typically booked up 3 out of the 4 weeks, 10 months out of the year. I started to look in the area. There's other properties in this subdivision that do short-term rentals, and their numbers have been way down for the last 3 or 4 months. I don't feel like it's important or it's responsible to ignore those numbers. And so I decided to shift gears and turn around and say, okay, well, I can put this property up for sale, take those funds and start on 2 other projects in order to turn my money around faster, in order to cash flow a little bit higher, and not get caught in a situation where the property is sitting for a long period of time without being rented, without being occupied. So we just shift gears. We're constantly, as investors, looking at the numbers to make sure we're making the right decision based off of the property, the location, and the market. So I thought about initially making it a long-term rental after we decided to move away from making it like an Airbnb or vacation rental, and that's still an option for us. One thing I always look at is, okay, what's the best use of the dollars that we're gonna get from this property? My initial thought was, like I said, stick a tenant in there. But now that the market has improved a bit, the rates have started to come down, I think it's a better option to see if we can get the property sold. And if it doesn't sell for the price that I need it to sell for, or that I want, then I'll turn around and still stick a tenant in there and rent it out long term, 12 months or more. But right now, there's a great opportunity when rates keep dropping for us to get someone who wants this as their primary residence or investment, and us to make a good amount of money where we can start multiple other projects as opposed to just having this one. So this rehab, again, I had a 1-person crew. I think it turned out amazing, right? It was less complicated than some of the other things that we've done before. I think you're really gonna like the fact that we changed the floors, we did some accent walls, we did all new electrical fixtures, we did new bathrooms, just things that you hadn't seen. All these other units around here are very dated, where this one is just completely redone. All right, so we out here in the cold. It's cold, I'm freezing, you freezing. I'm sure y'all doing that home watching this, but it's cold out here, so just appreciate the fact that I'm out here doing this. But we're here in Hillsboro at our Hillsboro soon-to-be subdivision. It's my big development project. What we've done here is we've cleared out the land. It's 20 acres, should be a little over 70 lots, and complete subdivision, 5 streets. It's gonna be amazing. Entry to mid-level homes, and it's gonna be one of a kind. So now that the land has been cleared, I'm trying to get my final plan approval. We have to do a retention pond for stormwater runoff. And so we're still trying to work through some of the things with the engineer on how to put that, where to put that on this property. But we're also in talks with some big time builders and some different options that we have on the table. And the very next step for us is to just get that plat finalized, the actual layout of where everything's gonna go, and have the city approve it. That's the next step before we can actually start moving some more dirt and getting these lots buildable. I think the biggest lesson that I've learned out here is patience. You have to have a lot of available capital and patience to sit on a project. We bought this over a year ago, And we've been working on it ever since, from the start. From as soon as we bought it, we started working on this. And you can see where it is now. There were trees and stuff there. Now the trees and stuff are gone, but we still haven't built any homes on the property. So having the available capital to sit on for a long period of time is one of the biggest challenges that I've had with this project. I'm used to getting a lot, building it and going, and this one's taking a little longer because it's a lot more complex, a lot of moving parts. I think once we can get the plat approved, which as soon as we submit our final plat for approval, it usually takes about 30 days to get on the city council's agenda. Once we can get that plat approved, it's probably going to be another 60 days before we can actually get out here and officially start, digging trenches, getting the earth movers out here to start prepping the lots for infrastructure to be put in. Stormwater drains, curbs, roads, utilities, electric, all of that. So today we're here at in Hillsboro at our Francis Street rehab. One of the projects that one of our clients is taking on. It's a complete remodel of this home, and it should either turn into a rental, or we'll see how the market is and see what he decides to do with it when it's done. But what's going on is, since the last time we were here, the guys have come in and taken off the skirting on the bottom of the home. They've kind of shored up the foundation. It was dropping in some spots. And the plan was to redo the roof here recently. But once they started taking off the old depleted shingles and deteriorated shingles, they realized the framing was really bad. The decking was really bad underneath. So it's gonna have to be completely reframed. So that's one of the things that we're here today checking out and seeing how bad it is. So in order to reframe the roof, basically you're starting over with the pitch of the roof, right? So you're shoring it up, making sure that every piece of wood, every piece of lumber is sound, airtight, so that way you can come behind it and get the actual roof shingles on. Well, one of the delays for this project is the wall that's on the east side of the home is not intact. Since the foundation has shifted over time, we realized once the guys went in and started playing with the foundation is that the only thing holding that wall up is the strength of the wire that's coming off the power line. And so that wall is not secure. So we have to get with the electric utility provider to see what measures they want to take before we come in and try to get that wall moved and shored up. Once we do that, then you can turn around and frame the roof. So it's a process. When you start pulling stuff off and trying to redo things, you often find some things that you didn't plan for, but that's the rules of the game, and we try to work around those every single day.